Hey everybody, how we doing? So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We had a trade overnight, um, well, yesterday rather. I think we're on the M30. It's probably the H5, wasn't it? Was it H3? Yeah, it was the H5. So we look for the short entry, stop loss. We don't really have a target, but that is inefficient move, gapped. If it's going to come back, it's going to have to be soon. I'm using my entry as support at the moment. I'm going to leave that open for a little bit longer. uh, just maybe an hour or two and see what happens. I mean, ideally, what you want is to do is break and then fill again. So if it does that, or rather, not fill again, but if you're not in the position where you've closed, because I considered closing earlier, then just wait for it to break and then get the fill again and look for that retest. I still feel these are going to get hit. I mean, they absolutely might not, but at the moment, you're looking at all these lows, you're thinking, well, it's not been able to break away and it's flat. It's really flattened out. And it lower high? Question mark? I don't know why I need to say question mark then, but quite funny, no? Lol is lol. You know when people say lol, that's quite funny, isn't it? You're not just laugh, lad. You don't need to say lol. Just laugh. Question mark? Lol. So is that if that's gonna roll, I think it's gonna be a quick fast move. Now we got a high block and Ethereum is 1 to 3 roughly. The ratio of shorts to longs. But BTC, so did you say Ondo or Condo? I'm just looking at your question again, DZA. Ondo. So BTC is, I never heard of it. Bloody hell. What exchange is it on? Just so I, just so I know. BTC is, I mean, it's almost equal. There's really not much to split it, and that's the sentiment. If you look at the price action, you can tell at the moment indecision. Uncertainty. We don't really know what's going on now. I think personally it's going to roll. That's why. I mean, that we're short, but I don't know if it's going to take the high before it goes. That's my concern. But at the moment, it seems like the positions are split 50-50, which is why the market hasn't moved aggressively up or down. It's very much range bound, very much indecisive, very much building. Because what happens is excuse me, I yawned again. YouTube's gonna go nuts at me for yawning again, ain't they? I got a couple of comments yesterday. Lad, you made me yawn. Okay. Now, contraction leads to expansion, right? The tighter it gets, the more explosive the move. Okay? We all know that. That's the way life works, isn't it? That's engineering. That is science, math, everything intertwined. That is price action. Now, I don't know which way it's going to go, but I'm thinking if it's down, it's soon. Because if it holds here for longer, I think it's going up. So I think if it goes today, it's down. Okay, and I think if it doesn't go today, we're probably going to have to close this position because I don't want to see it go more. Because then I would start to think, bang, that's going to go up. Okay, so that's all there is for Bitcoin. We're going to hold the trade. We're going to continue monitoring it every half an hour. It's up on the it's up on one of my screens anyway. I'm going to be sat here for the next couple of hours. SUSD, Ethereum, Meth, whatever you want to call it. Now we went over the high block, which 1 to 3. So shorts to longs. There's a lot of longs. Now if we look at CVD, have we got anything on CVD? Probably not, but let's try USDT. USDT Bybit. It's a platform I use called Coinalyze. I really recommend it. Um, what I'll do is I'll contact them and I'll try and get a discount for you. It's cheap. It's cheap anyway. It's fantastic. It's one of the best things I use. It has everything you need. All the futures data, all the markets, all the alerts, everything. Fantastic charting platform. I think it's like $12 a month or something. It's fantastic. Seriously. But I'll message them and try and get a YouTube discount or something for you. um, what do we have? What do we have? Now we have a CVD divergence there. If you don't know what they are, then go and search it online somewhere. But it's just a confluence I use for my strategy, which is um, looking to take trades at the extremes. So if there's a high that's been taken out, okay, I'm looking to fade that with risk at the high and go in the opposite direction. Okay. Sometimes this can be a bottom, sometimes it can be a short term, sorry, sometimes a top, sometimes a short term top. Either way, that's where I like to make money. When trade has been taken out, that's the plan. Now, here we have markets pushed up, but not enough to take the high. Okay, so it's kind of, well, has it taken high? No, it hasn't. But here it is really diverged. It's a lot lower. They're showing no strength. So price action pushed up, but futures contracts, margin contracts, there wasn't that much buying. Okay, it didn't go almost equal. So there is a slight divergence. Not perfect. We want to see one down, one up, or one up, one down. Okay, I'll explain that on another stream, maybe an educational video. But for now, there's nothing there for us. Let's go to FBTC. That looks good, but on the daily, I've been waiting for this to pull back here. So for a good few months now, we've been waiting for this to take out that. Oh, we've been waiting for this to take out that low, and it has. So you have taken out that low. Weekly, daily. That was a real nice reaction, wasn't it? But it wasn't just a nice reaction. What did it do? It broke the high that created the low. Bang. Breaking market structure. I was expecting this pullback to happen and for me to be able to start building altcoin positions somewhere around here where it is now for the next move up, assuming a second high. Okay, so you got one, which broke structure. You want the higher low, which gives you confirmation of the low. Bang, high. Now what happens after that? I don't know, but for the moment, it don't look too bad, SBTC. And when you consider BTC looks like it might roll, you might get, I mean, ideally, you look at the M30, what we might get is a move down on BTC straight into these lows. Maybe not as far as the one on the left, but most of the lows, at least above the pink. And then you might just get some ranging price action where um, it just sort of tortures people, but it could last for a couple of weeks or to the end of February, and you might get real strong movements up in alts. Because if you look at Solana and other things, just briefly, daily, they look all right, man. They don't look too bad. I know this shit's turned off, and you need to give it the magic rub to turn it back on, but the chart looks good. And it could well be a real strong rebound after it turns back on. So what you have now, I mean, at least nobody can sell it, which is the most cheated chain, isn't it? Cheats love that love the Solana low fees. Now this move up here created this trap, and you've got the breaking structure there. So I mean, in my opinion, that don't look like a top. Right, you can draw as many fucking lines on there as you want, but that don't look like the top should look. That should have gone lower there and then lower. But it hasn't. What's happened? Bulls came in after sweeping all these lows, shown a strength, and I expect this now to eventually move up there, but it would need FBTC to stay strong. It doesn't necessarily need Bitcoin to stay strong. Bitcoin can drop a little bit, range a little bit, drop a little bit, range a little bit. It can get really frustrating in there. Very much similar to how it did here. Fucking really annoying in there, wasn't it? It could do the same here. Really annoying. I mean, it's really annoying in there, to be honest. But eventually you got the direction. So you got contraction, expansion. Now we might get the same, okay? Contraction, expansion, or we assume the same. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining. Bye bye.